Good evening, Flosstube. I'm Lynette.
And I'm Little One.
And this is Homesteading on the Home Front, episode number 54 of Flosstube, all about cross-stitch. It is Tuesday, December 17th. This is our third snow day of the year already. Last year we had one, and it wasn't until March. So, yeah. I think the last time we did a Flosstube, we were hoping they would get a snow day, and they got 2 days out of it. So
And a delay, right?
I think so, yeah. So they didn't have to go. They had almost a week off, basically, after Thanksgiving, because they got out Wednesday. They had a half a day. Then we had Thanksgiving and Saturday and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday were snow days, and yeah, I think you're right. I think Wednesday was a delay in the morning. So it was a nice long Thanksgiving break. We got some stitching done, so we wanted to come back and talk to you about what we've done before the craziness of Christmas is upon us. So here we are. All right, let's talk about FFOs. You want to show yours first?
Yeah.
Hot off the needle.
Yes. And newly finished. This is Ebenezer's Christmas by Erica Michaels. I just did this last part for my English teacher since it's actually Thursday. We're going to Hanover to see the play for A Christmas Carol, and we read it in class.
So this project, originally, she was going to stitch all the top and bottom borders, and we were going to frame it in a 5x7. And then she decided there was no way she could finish that in time for me to finish it. So she decided just to do what she did, which obviously looks fine, and we were going to make it into an ornament. Except yesterday, I was at the thrift store, and I found this frame for $2, and I don't know if it's showing up, but it's got, like, red here, so it perfectly matches the red in the piece. And I said to myself, I think that's gonna fit, and sure enough it did. So we finished it, and her teacher will get that for his desk. So
One
every
teacher
year
of all of my teachers.
That's all right. Well, I have some FFOs as well. The first one I FFO'd, I can't show you because I used it as an ornament swap for our ladies' event at church. But I did make it my profile picture on my Instagram account. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can see that one over there. And then, I gotta reach because it's way over here. It's not quite FFO'd all the way because I haven't decided how I'm going to attach it yet, but good and proper home, you can see what it's going to look like. See, this is not attached yet, but this was the frame I got on clearance at Michael's. I painted the entire inside black, and then bam. Part of me thinks I'm just going to permanently attach it because I don't know what else I could possibly stitch that would be this size. The only other thing that I can think of is Never Enough Time. If The Good Housewife ever re-releases that, I would love to stitch that one. I'm not sure it's actually this long though, so I may go ahead and just permanently attach this. That is basically done. So that was our FFOs. Not so bad. Not so bad. No. All right, let's talk about whips. What are you working on?
I have finally been able to begin my square in our Save the Stitch. I'm doing this block right here because A, it has a lot of animals, and B, it doesn't have a lot of stitching.
And C, it didn't have a house.
Yes, very important. I cannot stand houses. I don't have a lot. I've just got some.
Don't show them too close because the stitching from the original owner is horrible.
Yeah. I've just got this little bit of white, but I just started it this morning, and considering I spent most of the day in bed.
Yeah, they get to sleep in. Yeah, so she's going to finish that square, hopefully at some point soon. I finished stitching all the others. I needed to fill in snowflakes and stuff like that. But yeah, that one's nearing completion as well.
Yes.
All right. Oh, rewind.
Rewind?
There's an FO I forgot to show. I was looking back through my show notes. It feels like it's been forever since I finished this, but I was looking at our last episode and the one before that, and I never even mentioned it. So this was one that I worked on while I was subbing. In Misty Purcell's very first Flosstube, I believe, she was working on this little cow, and I thought he was darling. Now he's part of the Cricut Collection 12 Days of Christmas, and so they have like all of these ornaments. Now at StitchCon, I was able to find this one, and also two of the other charts in the series. One chart is missing, but I took all three of them, even though I only wanted to stitch this one, because I knew I would eventually pass it on. And so, yes, I will be passing these on probably at Frugal Yankee. So whoever wants to get them will have 3 out of the 4 books. But this is my finish. I don't think he looks like 8 Maids of Milking. I took the 8 out of the pattern. I don't know if you can see it, but there are 8s in here. And I took them out. And I think he is, the lighting is funky. I think he is, or she, is just adorable. So, I don't know how I'm going to finish her yet. Probably won't get finished until next year, but she's adorable. And she doesn't even look real Christmassy. She looks more like wintry, so I suppose I could do a lot of things with her and just leave her out all winter. Anyway, so that was my FFO.
Back to whips.
Back to whips. So when last we spoke, I was hoping to get to work on Scenic Farm, and get to work on Scenic Farm I did. Let me show you the picture. Not that everyone hasn't seen it 1,000 times, but this is Scenic Farm. Last year we had a very mild winter, and this was my snow day project. And so I believe I started smack dab in the center because this was a kit and I'm using the Ada that came with it, and so I didn't know how much margins to leave, so I just started in the center, which is not what I usually do. But then I worked my way. I did a lot of the sky and the brown trees. And so when I took it back out after Thanksgiving, I worked my way all the way over here with the blue, and then I started down here. Mm-hmm. And since then, I've been able to stitch this barn. And so basically all of this is complete.
Guess who's just on the counter licking the cheese?
Misty.
Yes.
So here's the barn. And so now I'm starting in on this one. And this tree right here represents the halfway mark. So I am almost halfway done with the cross stitches. Now I haven't done hardly any back stitching. I've done some of these little bushes in here, and that's about it. So these trees are going to kill me when it comes to back stitching. But as far as the actual stitching goes, we're getting there. So like I said, this is halfway. My goal is to be done stitching with the cross stitches by the end of February, and that will give me the whole month of March to back stitch, if I choose to leave the back stitching till the end. If I get in the mood to back stitch before that, then I will, so it's not all left at the end. I don't really mind back stitching because I love how it makes the design pop. However, I do not like backstitching trees, and that's mostly what awaits me. So we'll see if I get a hankering to do some regular tree backstitching, then I will get a jump on it. But so far so good, and I do believe that this will be done by the end of March. Now, there's no set deadline. It doesn't need to be done by March. It needs to be done by August, because this is going to be my entry into the fair. The special contest this year has a theme of Down on the Farm, and so I thought this was perfect. So I'll be entering it in the fair. However, it's a winter scene, and I know that after March I'm not going to want to be stitching on a winter theme anymore. So that's why I kind of said I want this done. Ideally done stitching by February, done back stitching by March. So that's the plan with Scenic Farm. All right, and then because school break is coming, I am going to have a chance to work on my Newport project. Now, yes, this says Nantucket. Not for me. I am changing this up. This has been my Newport project. I started it, it might have been my, no, I've been working on this for over a year. I started it last summer. So whenever we go to Newport, I work on this. And I had been working on it in Q-snaps, and it was getting all wrinkly because I would take it off the Q-snaps because I needed them for other projects and yada yada yada. So just this evening I added it to my scroll frame, and I will be hopefully getting close to a finish. I'm not going to unroll it, but basically I need to, the border, the green of the border is all done. I need to work on the flowers and this bottom part right here. Again, that's going to say Newport and not Nantucket. And then I just have a few things inside to work on, but we're getting close. It will not be done by the end of the year, unfortunately, but it will be done shortly thereafter. Probably the 2 or 3 more visits to Newport will get me done. So that's exciting.
Between me and sleeping.
All right. So what's your plan?
My plan, I'm going to take out my watermelons and finish them, hopefully, pretty soon. After I finish the classic Christmas charm, I guess.
That's what it's called.
I don't know. It's what the first words I saw in the magazine. Yeah, maybe.
It really is. It's a cute project. This is what it looks like all done as one. These are what they look like individually. For those of you who are new, we saved this stitch at a thrift store in Ohio on our way out to StitchCon. This stitching was all over the place. Like, it's going in different directions. It's completely wrong in some areas. Like, had I looked real closely at it at the thrift store, I probably would have left it there. But it is what it is. It'll be cute when it's done. I think, did you decide you want a project bag out of it?
Sure.
I can't imagine making a pillow out of it, and it's really, I can't imagine framing it either, because it's not our decorating style. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a project bag. So, yeah.
Maybe once I finish the watermelons, maybe I'll do more of my Abigail Adams piece.
Poor Abigail Adams. She's gotten the shiest, huh? Yeah.
That's why I can't have so many projects at once. I'll leave the big one to last.
I am finding with Scenic Farm that this is all I want to work on. I don't really want to work on anything else. I will be happy to work on my Newport project because we will be in Newport. But I've really been enjoying the Scenic Farm. Although I will warn you, if you are stitching this, do not save this part right here for last. I'm glad it's over because it was a lot of counting and a lot of thread changes for that stone part. So yeah, don't save it for last if you're working on this. All right, so my plans, Scenic Farm. I did just buy the Twin Peaks. This is terrible. You're all yelling at me right now. Yeah, Twin Peak primitives, right? Anyway, Pam and Steph had showed their 2019 Santa, and he, I didn't print out an actual picture of him, but he's holding a walking stick with a cardinal on it, and I've been really into cardinals lately, and I collect Santas with walking sticks. For a long time, many, many years, my dad had a side business making walking sticks and hiking sticks and other kind of wood products, and they did craft fairs all around New England, and so I started collecting Santas with walking sticks. And so when I saw that chart, I knew I had to have it, and because it was one of the special charts of the 3 weeks, it was 30% off. So I will, if I remember, I will link down below, and you can take a picture, see what it looks like, if you haven't watched Pam and Steph's latest video. So anyway, I don't think I'm gonna start him this year, because at this point I don't want to start anything that I know I can't finish, because I'll talk about this in another video, but historically I carry over no more than 2 or 3 projects into the new year, and this year I think I'm going to be carrying over 5 projects. Yeah. Some of them are not far from being done, but yeah, I don't want to carry any other projects into the new year if I don't have to. So my plans are to work on Scenic Farm, maybe an ornament if I feel like it, over Christmas break. I also want to make 2 videos before the new year. I want to do a Christmas stitching video where I show you all of the Christmas stitching that I have done forever. If you've been with me from the beginning, it won't be anything new, but I love watching Cindy's cross stitch when she unboxes her ornaments. I love that. Several others have shown all their Christmas stitching, and so I think I want to do that. And then I want to make another video kind of recapping 2019 and then talking about my plans for 2020, because I think at this point they're almost solid. As solid as stitching plans can get anyway.
We gotta do a Flosstube after Christmas too.
Why?
Because we might have Christmas stuff.
Oh, you think you're getting Christmas stuff?
I think you're getting Christmas stuff.
Oh, all right. Have you thought about what you want to stitch in 2020?
I've got a lot of cat stuff. I've got a lot of watermelon stuff.
Cats and watermelons.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
With band, I might not. I've learned with marching band that I don't get any time at all to stitch. So
In the fall. You'll be good now.
Yeah. I'm more prepared for next season.
And I was just thinking about this, and I didn't tell you, we need to start thinking about our smalls exchange for Frugal Yankee.
Yeah, I gotta stitch something for that. Oh wait, no, I have one.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. I gotta figure out what I'm stitching for that, because I don't know
just
yet.
gotta finish it.
You have to help me finish it.
Yes.
All right. All right. So with that, we will sign off for now. We will wish you fair winds and following seas, and hopefully you'll see me before Christmas. If not, maybe before New Year's with my plans video, but yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. Bye, Flosstube.
Bye.